Hello and welcome to Talking CB, and welcome back here guys to another video here on the channel. And once again, of course, we are talking transfers. There's nothing else to talk about pretty much right now, but what we are going to discuss today is Seri of Nice, because a lot of people have been asking me in the comments over the last few days, what is the latest on Seri from Nice, because it has been reported quite a few times over the course of the window that we have been linked with the Nice midfielder, but are we actually going to sign him? That's the big question. I personally have been a great addition to the squad. I think that he would certainly come into the midfield. He's a controlling midfielder, something that we've been desperately crying out for now for a long time. I think he could come in, he would suit our style of play, and he would add something different to that midfield in the players that we've already got. Because don't get me wrong, we've got a lot of midfield players, the likes of Andre Gomez, Rakitic, Iniesta, Rafinha, Denis Suarez, even the likes of Alenia, Samper as well, Busquets of course, but we don't really have that controlling type who can play next to Iniesta in the big games, dominate games, dictate the pace of games. That's so important to have in your squad, and I think Seri would be a great addition simply for that matter. But of course, are we going to sign him? That's the main point, because he's not like a big name, he's not a massive marquee signing, so will the club pay attention to him? But quite a few times over the course of the window we have been linked with him, particularly in the French media. L'Equipe seem to believe that we are going to go for him at some point. What I would say about this is I think we're waiting. I think right now we're waiting to see what happens with the likes of Dembele, Coutinho. We want to see how much money we've got left, and most importantly, we want to secure that marquee signing first. That's what the board want to do. They want to sort of get the unrest down to a minimum. They want to announce a big player, get the crowd excited again, and maybe then they'll go with somebody like Seri, because of course somebody who didn't follow him, where they saw somebody like Seri announced, a Nice player, they may not get that excited. And of course, in the board's mind, they always want to try and please the socios, the people who are going to vote possibly in the vote of no confidence. They want to sort of please those guys, and that's so important to them. So they want to announce this big player, this marquee signing, and then possibly we'll go on to target somebody like Seri, who could add a lot to our team. Even though he's not a massive name, he could add an awful lot to our team under Ernesto Valverde. Now, a few of you guys I know are on Twitter, and I know you would have seen a report a few days ago from a journalist on there who, by the way, wasn't really the most reliable source of all things. He didn't even name a source in his report, but he basically said that Valverde doesn't like Seri and he doesn't want to sign him this summer. And he basically said his sort of reasoning for that was the fact that Coutinho was arriving and he didn't feel like he'd be needed alongside Coutinho. Well, for starters, they're completely different players, and for number two, I don't think we're going to sign Coutinho anyway. So the fact that Seri doesn't suit Valverde, or Valverde doesn't like Seri, is complete nonsense. So we're very much open to the signing of Seri. I think he could definitely come in at some point. The transfer fee, I think, will be around 40 million euros. He has no release clause. A lot of people keep saying that he has this release clause for about 40 million. That's not true. In France, they don't really do release clause. It's not a legal requirement in the contract. So Seri would simply have to be bought in the regular way by Nice, and I think that they would accept an offer around 40 to 45 million. They're not a massive club. They've not got a massive income, so that would be a big transfer fee for them, and one that they would not be able to reject. So I think Seri is on the table. L'Equipe came out with an article a few days ago saying that basically we told Nice and Seri himself to just wait a minute for our offer, because it is coming, but when, we don't know. Personally, I don't really see when we can't be going for Seri and Dembele at the same time. We could be getting things agreed, we could be setting the wheels in motion while we're doing other business. We do have more than one person who can sign players in the board, so I think we should be doing more than one things at once. I think our planning should be much better. It should have been much better over the course of the season, but I do think that we are interested in Seri, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him join before the end of the window. Having said that though, we have to get a move on. We have to try and sign Dembele. We've got to try and get the deal done. We've got to see whatever's happening with Philippe Coutinho. Will he join? Won't he? That's the big question, and then we can move on to other targets. Possibly Seri, 40, 45 million. If you put that on the table, his wage demands wouldn't be very much coming from Nice as well. He's certainly a player that wants to join the club. He's a Barcelona fan. I think it would be quite an easy transfer actually to wrap up, so I don't really understand why we haven't set the wheels in motion yet, but hopefully we can start that soon, and we can start negotiations with Nice and the player himself. I think he'd be a great addition. I really hope that we pursue him, but as of yet there's no concrete reports that we will go and do that. We've only got to hope in this window, and that's basically all we've got left, hope. And I really hope that the board don't disappoint us, because we're due a good summer. We're due some good signings after what we've been through this summer. The likes of Verratti, Neymar leaving. We've got the money to do it. Let's get the players in now that are going to help Valverde and the team moving forward. So once again guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Should we be actively pursuing Seri? Should we sign him? Would he make a big impact on the club? Is he somebody that we need to bring in? If so, how much would you spend on him? Do you think 40-45 billion is a fair price to pay? And do you think that he could join this summer? Let me know all your thoughts down below guys. If you've got any questions at all, please do let me know, or any video ideas for for the future, just let me know as well. Coming up tomorrow with an El Clasico preview. Of course, we've got the Spanish Super Cup on Sunday evening. That's going to be a fantastic match at the Camp Nou. The first competitive game of the new season is a Clasico. The preview for that will be coming up tomorrow, so I'm very, very excited for that game and all the things that come with it. I'll be doing lots more videos over the course of the weekend and, of course, in the week to come as we build up to the new La Liga season. Thanks as always for your support, guys, and your thoughts. Let me know down below. I'll see you very, very shortly, but until then, as always, Vesca el Barça.